We are back on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio, News Talk, 1180, 1230, KGEO, 1410 KERI, and now in Albuquerque, New Mexico on 1000 KKIM, and also on the Internet in the Richmond, Oakland, and San Francisco Bay Area on knookmedium.com.
I think our listeners in the San Francisco area has really increased tremendously.
Yes, they have.
I'm surprised.
Our guest by phone is Nancy Phillips, talking about one of my pet projects that I love, Virtual Enterprise International. So, Nancy, these students, and I have to tell you, I'm so impressed. The first time I judged this 5 years ago, I didn't know what to expect, and I was just thoroughly impressed with the quality of presentations. These are presentations that are really college type, and they're actually business presentations. I mean, I got my master's about 10 years ago, and I don't think our presentations were any better than some that I've seen through the program.
Well, I think that's true. I'm amazed at the complexity of what these kids are able to create. Not only in the state business plan competition, but also in all their competitions. I've just been viewing commercials. They do video commercials, and I've just been looking at those, and I'm thinking, wow, these kids are great. I mean, their catalogs, their newsletters, their websites that they're all creating for competitions they just every year get better and better and better. And these kids just take such pride in what they do. It's amazing.
Now, looking at something in your flyer here, you're talking about exactly what you're trying to teach the students.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go into that a little bit. You want to teach them about marketing research.
Yes.
Developing business plans. What else are you looking at teaching?
Well, one of the major things is how to do a correct interview for a job, and the importance of what it means to work in a job, and you have to arrive on time, you leave on time, you don't ask for special favors necessarily. It's not like just, I'll just try this out for a few days, and if I don't like it, I'll go to something else. I think they learn commitment. Once they have a job and learn the process of the job, they're committed to doing whatever that work happens to be. And trying to understand that they don't start at the top level in most cases, no matter what the job is. I mean, whether they've gone on to a job right out of high school or they've gone on to a job out of some type of post-secondary education program. It's teaching them how to be good employees, also financial literacy, how to budget their money. They get a paycheck, a virtual paycheck once a month, and they are bills that they must pay, like we all must pay, like either rent or house payments and electricity and car payments and insurance and so forth, groceries. And they learn how to budget their money, so then they can use whatever is quote-unquote flexible money to buy the virtual products.
And I have to tell you, Nancy, with the way you've taught us to interview these students, I mean, we're pretty tough on them. I'll look at the business plan and I'll look at the presentation, and if the numbers don't match, we don't cut them any slack. I mean, I remember last year asking a couple questions when I looked at some of the numbers with one group, and there was no way the thing worked. I looked at it and said, you're making widgets for $1 a widget, and you're selling them at $1.05, hoping you can make it up on volume.
Mm-hmm.
So, and these students are pretty well prepared when they, get quizzed by us. So
that's true, and they have to actually. Every company must apply through me for a loan for their company. They must apply for startup capital or seed money. They must apply for a business contract with me, or they must go to an actual real company and have the experience in trying to negotiate a business contract with that company. For example, if I'm a virtual company that sells coffee, I might go to a Marriott or to a Holiday Inn or a hotel and say, I would like to have a chance to be able to provide the coffee for your restaurants, your rooms, and so forth. And then they get experience in really talking to business professionals about how to sell their products.
So, Nancy, where does the money come from to support monitor your organization?
Well, every company must pay a simulation fee for this project because those fees actually run our office. I have a secretary, and then that supplies us not only our salaries, but also for supplies and so forth. We also have a fee, a registration fee for the trade show and the business plan competition. That helps offset the cost for the Rabobank Convention Center and the Marriott for the room costs and so forth. And then we also do teacher training, which is a fee-based training too. So that's where our money comes from. And now we're in the process of looking at the possibility of grants with a national organization, and we have been applying. HSBC Bank has a big stake in Virtual Enterprise now. They're trying to get them set up in the LA Unified Area School District and in Long Beach for this coming, not this year, but 2014-15. New York Life Foundation is very instrumental in promoting Virtual Enterprise. And now we're even looking into the Irvine Foundation. So this is where the larger grants may come from.
Sure. We're having a conversation with Nancy Phillips from Virtual Enterprise.
Nancy, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, Nancy, what's the date of the trade show?
The date is, the competitions are the 3rd of December, which is Tuesday of next week. The actual trade show event where the students will have their booths on the floor of the convention center is Wednesday, December 4th. Our opening ceremony is at 8:30, and the actual trade show starts at 9:30 and goes to 1. And anybody is invited to come. They don't have to be a Virtual Enterprise person. They can come. They will be given virtual checks, and they can walk around the trade show and buy items just like the students can.
And this is open to anybody in the community?
Anybody in the community. There is no fee to come.
How are you soliciting the business community to come out and come to the trade show?
Well, we do it a lot through our judges that come, because we have, give or take, close to about 100 or 125 judges throughout those 2 days, and they spread the word among their peers or their offices, and so that's how we get people to come.
And I highly recommend this if you want to be a judge. Like I say, I've been judging it the last 5 years, and I only spend about 2 hours. That's about all the time I can really afford to spend. But it's worth it. It's worthwhile. You learn a little more about what's going on with students, and I know it changed my attitude, Nancy, because you get kind of a negative opinion of schools sometimes in terms of what's being taught. But this is an excellent program. I highly, highly recommend it.
Well, not just the judging part, but just going to the trade show and seeing the things that these kids have put together. I've only been to a couple of them, but I wish I was going to be in town that day. I would certainly go to this one.
Yes, we have students coming from New York too for this. So this is just not California kids. It's there's 21 companies coming from the state of New York to be involved in this. So that's quite impressive when you think of that too.
So you bring a lot of dollars to the community with this program as well.
Yes, we do. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And what's next on Virtual Enterprise?
Well, we are trying to change a lot of things, the way the program is run. We have created a new website, and we also are working on newer curriculum to now match up with the new 2013 CTE standards. We have in the springtime a variety of trade shows. One is in Long Beach in February, one is in the Bay Area, Oakland, in March. Actually, it's the weekend of St. Patrick's Day. And then a third one will be in the San Diego area in April. And then there's throughout the United States, there are other trade shows in states, South Carolina, Virginia, and then the culminating trade show is in New York City the week of April 1st through 3rd.
And Nancy, what is your website and your phone number in case someone wants to get involved?
Okay, my phone number here is 396-4430. I'm located at the Regional Occupational Center, which is one of the schools in the Koerner High School District.
And that's 661?
Yes, 661. And the website is just veinternational.org/CA.
Okay, and if you put in Virtual Enterprise International, if you put in Virtual Enterprise, it does pop up. I tried that this morning. Yeah. So that'll work.
And you'll see there are several websites right now, but the veinternational.org site is the national site, and then you can go to California from that one, because there's a little bar at the top that says states, and you click on that and you'll see the whole U.S., and you just click on California and you'll get into the California site. So some of the items are password protected, but for the most part you'll get to see exactly what we're doing nationally and also here in California.
Well, and it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it next Tuesday, and you really take over the Marriott, and there's 100-plus schools there as well.
Yes.
One last thing, Nancy. I'd like to meet with some of the winners in Kern County because I might have a marketing program I can get them involved in.
Well, that would be wonderful because Centennial High School last year won the National Business Plan competition. That was the second time they have won first place.
And then we'll make a donation to the organization for their services.
Yeah,
okay, wonderful.
What we may do, Nancy, is if they go through to the Nationals again, we may have them on the program. That'll be fun.
Okay, that would be great.
Okay. Nancy, thank you for what you do, and we'll see you next week.
Well, thank you so much for calling me.
We'll be back in a moment on Taking Care of Business on Koerner Radio News Talk 1180.